Hello, sir. I'm Pala Ashwant with registration number 18BC0375 under Dhanbal, sir. So the digital assignment one is all about discussing about the internal and external and the processes going inside a particular microprocessor or a microcontroller we selected. So I've selected PIC 18 PIC 18 LF20 F25 kit 26K83 microprocessor, which is manufactured by Microchip. So the vendor is Microchip. So the first question was about first question in A part was about to draw a clear block diagram of the microprocessor, microcontroller, IP core selected. So I have selected this microprocessor 18 PIC 18 LF25K 26K83. So this is the surface level diagram of the overall microprocessor and the components present in it. So and the one question B was about to give internal diagrams of each and every block. So these are the internal components present in the microcontroller, which helps the microcontroller to process out different types of to carry out different types of processes. So here we can see the clock source block diagram and the onset reset chip block diagram, which is really necessary to reset the microprocessor. So and the clock reference diagrams, and at the same time DMA counters, the counter is present in it. So and other internal components we can clearly see here. So just like that ADC converter, analog to digital converter and all. And that's up to the first question. And how I answered the first question was from my data sheet which I have selected. I'll upload the link on the video along with it where the data sheet I have got it and what the contents present in it. So with the help of the data sheet I have done it, and I've used app.io, which is I've used this app.io from where I've created those flowcharts. So from we can easily create those flowcharts, but yeah, it took time, but but we did it. But I did it. So and yeah, here. So and these are the diagrams I've done in that. So yeah, and coming up to the next question. Was about provide an instruction set of the microprocessing element or with a clock cycle required and all. So and with all the given more addressing modes, options and all, operations and all. So this is the instruction set which I got it from the data sheet. So it consists of the basic instructions and at the same time the advanced ones. So all are listed below. So yeah, these are the ones. I mean the programming instructions and the letter instructions, control instructions, general purpose instructions, all are given up here. So and that's up to the second question. And the third question was about to explore microprocessing element architecture of it. So the architecture, the PIC 186 F25 is of the Harvard architecture. So the Harvard architecture features related to the PIC 18 F25 K26K83 was discussed clearly about here. And I've also mentioned the all other components that also are present inside the microprocessor. So this is the basic diagram of it. And that is the third question. And this is correlate microprocessing element microprocessor controller IP core architecture with architecture discussed in the module 1 and module 2. So in the module 1 and module 2, which is up to the Cat 1 syllabus, we have discussed the Van Neumann and Harvard architecture. So and as PIC 18 is of Harvard architecture, and it also follows RISC architecture. So yeah, C compiler optimized RISC architecture. So we can also correlate with respect to C compilers to program it with the help of RISC architecture following through. So clearly we have discussed Van Neumann architecture and Harvard architecture in the module 1 and module 2. So we are comparing with the microprocessor elements which are dependent upon the architecture, which are not, and what are the differences, what are the key differences between the both architecture available, Van Neumann architecture and Harvard architecture. So this was clearly discussed upon it, and the basic diagrams were given here. So yeah, and some of the data I gathered from the other sites, and I have took reference from the other articles and all. And some of the data particularly about the components which clearly depend upon the Harvard architecture were I have picked it up from the data sheet, which you can see it later. So yeah. And the fifth question says about elaborate register organization of microprocessing element. So and so that in the PIC18 microcontroller consists of different kinds of registers, just as general purpose registers or storage registers, and most of all are as an addressing location from 3FFFH2 hexa to 3700 hexa. So these up to the registers where it stores or functions the values, and it also has stack point registers and other special function registers. So yeah, this is the list of the registers which are in the microprocessor, and which are used for performing different processing inside the microcontroller. So these is the total list and the total possible modes of a register. So this is how this long came it up. So I took it up from the data sheet. I get to know some of the instructions, and this is the label. I mean the status register. This is about the at what modes or at what state the particular register is working upon, depending upon the bit assignments. So here we have clearly discussed about the bit assignments, at what bit 0 is about the carry, and bit 1 right digit carry or 0 bit or overflow. Regarding to the bits we have assigned to. That is up to the fifth question, and let us go to the sixth question. It was about explain the type of algorithm used for the signed and unsigned calculations, both for addition and multiplication. So so all PIC18 devices family include an 18-to-8 hardware multiplier as a part of ALU. So we have clearly shown the algorithm for the multiplication up here, multiplication and addition, both signed and unsigned in 16x16 bits. So that was clearly shown up here, and also we have shown the clock cycles. I mean the time and the frequency required for the clock cycles while performing different functions. I mean while performing multiplication in 18-to-8 signed and unsigned, and 16-to-16 signed and unsigned. So they were clearly mentioned here. I mean without hardware and with hardware and without hardware multiply, we have clearly segregated the exact time results. I took help from rest some of the articles, and some of them were mentioned in my data sheet. So I took it from there. And number 7 was question number 7 was about to find what type of control logic used and correlate its performance with the type of control unit in module 3 in module 3, which we discussed in the class. So the control units were discussed up here: hardware control unit and microprogram control unit. So as you know, the control unit usually tells about the operation to perform on the data, or stores the results of the output registers, and controls the unit moves the data between these registers and ALU and the memory. So these what the control unit usually do. And we have clearly discussed and segregated the main key features of the both control units, and as we know that, I mean this is a circuitry approach, and this is an control unit is by microcontroller is about programming approach, and this follows RISC style instructions, and this follows CISC style instructions. So these were somehow easy. These were somehow microprogrammed instructions are somehow complex. Some compared to the hardwired control unit as they uses RISC style instructions. So some of the other key features were segregated and shown up here. So in the same way, we have clearly shown the basic working in a block diagram, in the form of a block diagram for hardwired control units and microwired control unit organization. So these up to the 7th question, and the 8th question is about to explain the memory management system in the processing element selected, list its addressing capabilities, memory mapping technique followed, find the advantage of the memory mapping and management techniques, or the concept syllabus in module 4 in the COS syllabus. So it was about to explain the memory management system presented the PIC18 F25K2683. So this is about the key points which are really important while considering about the memory management present inside the microprocessor I've selected. So I have clearly mentioned about it, and also shown its memory organization, how they are split up to, and how the levels they are, like up to 64 KB of flash memory, up to 4 KB of SRAM, up to 1 KB of EEPROM, and all I have clearly shown up here, and the memory access partition was clearly shown here. So yeah, and so these were the these were and I further discussed about the some of the memory organizations which are further split up into the program flash memory, data EPROM. So I've discussed up here. So these are these the basic block diagram of the program flash memory, and their memory data, memory allocation, and one of the key features of it are clearly described here. And as asked, the addressing nodes, list these addressing capabilities and memory mapping. So these are the addressing nodes, these are the addressing modes. Maybe it's direct, indirect, or those were clearly discussed as this microprocessor consists of the inherent literal, direct and indirect modes, modes of addressing. So I've clearly discussed up here. So yeah, inherent addressing mode, direct addressing mode, indirect addressing mode, and also mentioned the advantages of these this type of memory allocation for the microprocessor to complete its process quick and efficiently. So and this CPU has a different connections to ROM and ROM, so it has a better rate of execution as the processor fetches data and instructions simultaneously. So efficiency is mainly considered as a key up here to particularly feature this memory allocation and to continue the process with. So that is up to the 8th question. And ninth question, the pipeline, elaborate the pipeline and parallel processing capabilities of the unit and Hazard management technique. So in my microprocessor, these techniques were barely discussed, and they were, I can say, there was really minor, very little content, very less content present inside my data sheet. So I accordingly gather data from other websites and other articles which are available online. So so that's how I get to clearly know about the pipelining and all, as we discussed in our normal class. So and what pipelining actually relates to the PIC 18 F26 23 family, and at the same time the microprocessor I have selected, so I have clearly correlated between them. So that is exactly shown up here, segregated. This is about what is pipelining and all. This is exactly what interfaces between the microprocessor element I have selected and the topic we are discussing, the pipelining we are discussing about. So yeah, and in microprocessor the pipeline flow goes like this, which clear block diagram has been shown up here, and at the same time parallel processing, it's a different process, it's one of the other process which is carried out. So so yeah, the parallel processing was usually, in the general basis form, it was discussed and collected data from data sheet, and at the same time and from the other online articles, and how it functions, and I've clearly shown how actually the parallel processing is affecting my microcontroller and how it interfaces between it. So I've clearly shown up here as PIC18 runs many threads simultaneously, and each is different. So and it allows to complete the process at the same time without any halting of the other process or any interference. So both many processes can be done parallelly at the same time, so the engine would work efficiently, with the help of the microprocessor we are discussing on. So and the hazards were discussed here. So everything, this my microprocessor has the data hazards, structural hazards, and control hazards. So they were clearly discussed over here. This is up to the 9th one. So the 10th question is about find whether processor level parallelism is available in the element selected, illustrate cache coherence and protocol used for handling memory hit or miss. So the memory hit or miss is about to when the data is received, it shows up miss hit, or if it didn't, it shows up the miss. So that memory checking out operations were carried out by the processor. So as on PIC18 microcontroller does not have any capability of parallelism. PIC18 supports multifunctioning, and the cache coherence and all I was discussed so clearly. The cache coherence problem was discussed here, and the protocols using handling hit or miss to be followed were like bus snooping cache coherence protocols, and its key features was discussed here, which are like write invalidant, write update. Those were further classified and discussed over here, basic protocol types. and the basic protocol types operates upon the Snoopy protocol type and all. So I have clearly shown the operation, how it carried out to the main memory to the processor, and how the cache has been cache has been involved between the processor and the main memory, so that it can carry out the process without completely erasing the data. So to carry out the process which we have already done without and not starting from the beginning, to not from the main memory, it's starting from the cache itself to somehow allocate the process to so easily and efficiently. So Snoopy protocol organization is clearly shown up here. So these are for the these are the data collect most of the data are collected from the data sheet which is provided by the microchip vendor itself. So this is all about the PIC18 these are the PIC18 NF2526K83 microcontroller manufactured by Microchip. So I've answered relating to the questions discussed in the digital assignment 1. So this is it, sir. Thank you.